Well, guess where you're going to find the world's biggest bourbon bar? Right here in Newport, Kentucky. We crossed over from Cincinnati across the river, and we found not only a great bourbon bar, but a wonderful coffee shop called Newberry Bros Coffee, where you're going to find wonderful croissants, coffee, and we learned from Peter and Kim Newberry why this place is so successful. Tell me a little bit about this. What would someone who comes here for the first time, what are they going to experience? What are they going to find?
Okay, so Newberry Brothers is a very unique, one-of-a-kind restaurant bar. Roast our own coffee. We make our own pastries. We're known for our croissants. We're known for our cinnamon rolls. They're homemade from scratch right in our kitchen. We are a wine bar. Over 50 wines by the glass. We're a craft beer bar. Over 50 bottles, I think, are in on our menu, and then we are also a bourbon bar.
I'm going to run over and to the Prohibition Bourbon Bar and talk to your husband. I understand he's quite a bartender, so we're going to go over and check on that. Well, Peter, your wife says you're quite a bourbon connoisseur, so we want to learn a little bit about the Prohibition Bourbon Bar here.
Okay, well, we opened in November of 2013, and the bar you're actually in, we just opened this in April of this year, was our garage until a few months ago, and we now have the largest collection of bourbon in the world, over 740 bourbons and ryes.
What are some of the most unusual bourbons someone would find here?
Well, right in front of you, we're tasting some Pappy Van Winkle right now. We have all the Pappy Van Winkle bourbons, the 23-year, the 20-year, the 15-year, the 12-year, 10-year, and the rye. And we have just a huge selection of bourbons from, like I said, every distillery in Kentucky and around the world. That anybody that makes bourbon, we have it.
What was your motivation to do this?
We opened the bakery and the coffee roaster next door, and then we were very fortunate we were able to get a liquor license, and in November of that year, a few months later, and I told my wife, I said, you know, the largest bourbon bar in the world is in Tokyo, Japan, and I said, that seems sort of silly. We're here in Newport, Kentucky. I think Kentucky should probably have the largest bourbon bar in the world, so we set out to make sure that all our distributors knew that we wanted to purchase every bourbon and rye available in the world, and we wanted to be the largest bourbon bar in the world, and we just attained that, yes.
Well, Peter, give us a website.
It's prohibitionbourbonbar.com.